Hey, I'm back opening up the conversation around baby loss, and today I want to talk about the fact that you don't actually have to justify or explain your grief before you can officially begin to grieve the loss of your baby. So, with a lot of conversations that I've been having over the years around baby loss, in connection with the women that I work with, the women that I come into contact with on a daily basis, the beginning of these conversations can feel quite awkward. And one of the things that I know really kind of irritates me when talking about baby loss and when women feel empowered to share their story and their experiences, no matter how long ago it was or how the story unfolded and how the experience unfolded for them. The response from people is often prefaced with the two words, at least, dot, dot, dot. And the thing is that on one hand, I get when others respond that way with at least it was early or at least it wasn't in the third trimester, at least it was only one out of the two babies, at least you're young enough to try again. The way in which it can come across is quite dismissive. And the reason that a lot of women come to me is because there is that inner conflict that comes up as a result of, right, I am ready to consciously open the portal to motherhood, but there are the words that have been echoed, and like my body just can't process what's been said and how I feel about it. And that is absolutely devastating because I am here to help women process those words and so many other experiences and emotions that can actually help with the process of grieving a baby. And once that time and space has been honored by the time that it's been like fully acknowledged, what often happens with the women that come to me is they feel a sense of not closure in the way that the door is closed and they can't revisit those memories, but there are parts of them that feel at peace as a result of going through the baby loss comfort experience or the infertility comfort experience. And these are slightly different because there is the experience where you have had the experience of baby loss, and there is a certain type of grief that comes with that. And then there is the type of grief where your mind is grieving a life that could have been. And this is not just purely speaking about the baby that was meant to be Earthside, but it's actually referring to the world that would have changed once the gestation of the pregnancy progressed, because life doesn't change at the time that your baby is born. Like, there are changes that obviously happen before then, and I'm not just talking about the physical changes and emotional changes of pregnancy, but I'm also talking like the deeper layers of the emotions, the connections with the people around you, your partner, husband, boyfriend, whatever, and also your friend group and any other support networks as well that you may or may not have access to. And things like that are things that I don't really see many people speaking on, but the time that people are speaking on it is when it's too late, or they realise what could have changed and what could have helped them in the moment when they needed a support person or a support system when it comes to loss and infertility. So with me, the thing that I really like saying to my clients and anyone that comes to me and wants to kind of discuss the emotions that come up with explaining or kind of broaching the subject of baby loss, it's something that is deeply personal to each of you. And if you feel like you want to go into the details, okay, I support you. But equally, I feel like there is a time and a place for it, but I don't mean that you have to like keep it deep down within you. If you feel like you want to share your experience, absolutely do that. And I encourage you to share it with people who you feel safe around and allow your body to lead with that decision. So um this is why your intuition is so important, because as you are navigating the emotions that come with baby loss, you are also navigating a potential person's response. And I want to kind of give you the kind of thought piece of thinking, like, if I was around this person and my baby was Earthside, would I feel safe with keeping my child with this person? Because when you kind of have that slight shift in how you think, because you're going to want to do the best for your baby and create a nurturing and safe space for them in whichever environment you are wanting to place them in. And that is a lot of the discussion that I have with many women in my spaces. And the thing here is, right now, as you are grieving, I would invite you to have the same mindset with yourself, because you at this present moment in time need to have that support system. You need to be held in a way that feels deeply supportive so that you can grieve in your own time and in a way that suits you and how your emotions are coming up. So it's not for me to say, right, you have to begin with the first wave of grief because, and then dot dot dot, and it could be like, because it's been 5 years since. No, that's not for me to say. It's all about your particular journey and how your emotions kind of bubble up to the surface. And I provide the space and the knowledge to help you navigate those emotions. So, having those boundaries up with, I'm not comfortable talking about that right now, or would you mind if we kept things light-hearted for the moment, and when if and when I feel comfortable speaking more on this subject, I will come to you. But please stop bringing up the subject for the moment, and having a bunch of different phrases and um, ways to kind of preempt the response that comes from you. It can give you some extra breathing space in and around your, I'm going to call it a grief bubble. And it doesn't mean that you're isolated from everyone else. It's just a way to protect you and the memory of your baby as you are navigating these next steps. So, if you are wanting to dive deeper into honoring your baby or honoring the life that you were hoping to have with your baby who either isn't here yet due to infertility, or they were here for a short period of time, my inbox is open, so I encourage you to comment down below. You can send me a message or find me on my socials, which will be linked down below. Thank you ever so much for spending time with me today, and I will see you soon.